Hey folks, Burl here with Burl Sports, looking to do a preview of this graded 1956 Topps complete set that we've got for our set break this weekend. So every card's graded. I was going to put together a full little spreadsheet, but honestly, I thought, hey, why don't we just look at the cards? So we'll run through these and I'll show you every card. And so if you care to see specific ones, they'll be in order. You can skip forward to where you like, but otherwise, feel free to enjoy. It's a really cool set, nice, mid to high grade overall. So mix between multiple grading companies, mostly PSA, followed by SGC, and then a decent number of the old Sports Collectors Digest grading company. Gorgeous Ted Williams here, PSA 7. Really tough card. Um, White back there. So if you're unfamiliar, the first 180 cards have two variations, graybacks and whitebacks, depending on which series you're in. One's more common in one, and then the other's more common in the other. Um, and the whitebacks are really more of a cream, if you will. But I'll show you the difference here in a second. Walt Alston, PSA 5. You can see most of the grades range from 5 to 7. There are I think a handful of fours, some five and a halves, some even a couple of eights. So really, really nice set, nice spawn there. EX Mint. So put the break up for sale on Wednesday. We've still got about I think about 130 as of the recording of this video left on heading into Friday. So we'll see how sales do. Really nice Boyer EX Mint on it. But as long as all goes according to plan, should be able to break that on Sunday evening, 9 o'clock uh, as usual. We won't show every card then. Uh, what we will do is show those hits like we do in most of our normal breaks. I did mention the three main companies that cards are graded through. There may be two Beckett cards and three old GAIs. Here's the first of those Sports Collectors Digest. I think it's mostly commons except for the Aaron that are graded by the digest there. So you'll see as we roll through here, like the Marsh, there are a lot of PSA 7s, so some really cool cards in this break. Average value um, works out to, right around 80 bucks card. So right where we're at on the price. So price point is 80 per card. Nice grouping for sure. Another 7. Of course, Jackie here is fantastic. Nice clean white back. Jackie. Here is the Aaron I mentioned. That's the SCD. Also the white back. House is a 7. Clemente falls in that 5.5 range. Also the white back. Of course, 56 is mostly horizontal design with the exception of a couple of cards at the beginning. The league presidents. Don Mossy, there's a 7. Turley, 6. Sauer, 6. Here you can see the difference in the cream, also known as white, and the graybacks. This is a basic set, not a master set, so some variation in which one's which. There's Emeros. More. McCall. Zernial. Fowler's a 6. Higgins a 6. Ramos. Dusty Rhodes, the 5. See here, the first GAI card, 5.5. It's the old first graded moniker, so it is one of the older ones. GAI wasn't always incompetent. So 7 there, 5 there, 5 on Moon. Another GAI. This one's not the first graded. That little first graded moniker they used was not first graded for the card itself, but the first card that received that grade from them for that particular card. You can see really nice mid-grade. We do have a long way to go, and I don't know if I have a ton more to talk about, but I'll just spend a little extra time on some of the nicer cards. I just want to give you guys an idea of the quality of the cards in this set because it is really fantastic. And when I say the average value is like 80 bucks, I didn't actually go through and do it all. I averaged out a little low, so I think I averaged it out of if these were all like PSA 5s. So, and there are obviously a lot of 6s and 7s. I did, I'm just talking about the commons. I went through and actually comped the stars, but so lots of high quality cards in here. 8 OC there. However, it is, an older set, so a lot of these are older grades. But, some of the color on them is just gorgeous, like this one, for instance. 7 on Kling, 7 on Sievers. Koufax, probably the worst star in the set, simply because of the fading. Was clearly displayed in a room with some sunlight. Another 7, 5, 6, 6, 5, 8OC, another 7 coming up. You can see, of course, now there is variations on the team cards with the centering and whether or not it has the year printed there. So usually 3 variations on team cards if you're ever interested in pursuing the master set. But really gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Don Zimmer. Roy Campanella. There's one of the Beckett graded cards, 6.5. Really nice example. And I'm pretty sure all of these are in order. So if it gets out of order and I don't notice, forgive me. There's Ed Matthews. He's a 5.5. Pepper's an 8OC. There are a few genuine 8s as well. You know, typically as far as value purposes go, here's Gorgeous Yogi, PSA 6. As far as value purposes go, the OC qualifier typically will knock a card down in value like 2 grades if you compare based on just numerical grade. So an 8OC is valued kind of like a PSA 6. Nellie Fox, also a 6. One of the fantastic pieces of the design of 56 is the quality of the portrait with kind of an action pose in the background. Always, always a favorite. You know, and if you're so inclined to watch this thing in, you know, 1.5 or double speed, not spitting a lot of content, so I'm sure that that would be digestible if you don't want to spend, you know, 40 minutes watching a video as I flip through these, because it definitely takes a minute, but I think it's cool just to see them all in one spot. And maybe we'll get through it in 30. 30 is my goal, but you never know. Oh, and I can already tell I'm out of order because I'm in the 180s. Oh, yeah, it's all right. Can remedy that. Yeah. All right, 122 is where we were. It's like I warned you that I might get out of order, and then I immediately got out of order. Minoso's a 6. Willie Mays. Of course, fantastic card there with Mays as a 6. Gray back on the Willie. Boselli, Avila, 7. Of course, biggest card value-wise in the break is the 7 Mantle. Really tough card to get in near mint condition, um, but fantastic example. It's going to be a great addition for somebody. There's Gorgeous Hodges, PSA 7. Torgerson, Alvin Dark. Such a good last name. Dark. Dixie Howell, Not Amused. Fantastic Duke Snyder, PSA 7. More 7s. Killebrew, second year card. Another fantastic 7. Shane Dienst, also a 7. Dodgers team, also a 7. I mean, really, the quality of these cards is fantastic. Sammy White. Move a few things around. All right. And we are halfway there. Because here is 170. One thing about the 56 checklist is the stars are pretty jam-packed. Nice Podrace 7. Stars are pretty jam-packed in the first 150 cards. But there's still some solid players scattered throughout. Here's a Hank Bauer, PSA 6. Joe Black, SGC 7. GD. Here's Whitey Fords, the other Beckett graded card, also a 7. Mueller. Freeman. Lawler. Bowl for your Milwaukee Braves. Oh, those were out of order too, weren't they? Those were in the 200s. No, alas. I don't know how those got there. All right. Yeah, now we're back in the stack I left off on. Maybe that was my problem. So we've got 188, 5, 6, 6. Smokey Burgess is a 6. Mitzel. Monty Irvin is a 6. George Kell is a 5. 6. A couple of 5.5s with SGC. Hank Thompson's a 5. Bob Feller's just a fantastic card. It's a 7. Rapolsky, 5, 5. I think you get the theme. Lots of 5s, 6s, and 7s. Elston Howard's a 6. Tigers team card, 6.5. Seven, 6. Nuxall's a 7. Burdette, 6. Ennis. Bob Friend's a 7. Phillies, 5.5. Gil McDougal's a 5. New York Giants team card. Here's one of our straight 8s. Really nice, crispy card from 1956. Incredible. 7. Mickey Vernon. 'Don Newcomb, 8 OC. Athletics teams a 6. There's a 6.5. Not many PSA half grades. Richie Ashburn's a 5.5. Pirates teams a 5. We are on the downhill slope now. Less than 100 cards to go. Larry Doby here. Nice PSA 6. Yankees team card. PSA 7. Vern Law's a 6.5. Norin is a 6. Bob Lemon's a 6. Anyways, I do think that once you all see the quality of the set, we'll sell out those last 130 spots or so. And if you've not already bought in or don't know how, check out burlsports.com. Pee Wee Reese, PSA 8. Absolutely gorgeous card. Burlsports.com, you'll see the 56 listing there on the home page. breaks generally go on sale on Fridays. One of the reasons I set this one up a little ahead of time is simply because of the number of, the total value of the break is bigger than we usually do, so I wanted to give people a little extra time and the break a little time to sell out. Um, that way we can make sure we hit that break date on Sunday, because that just works better for me, and it's what most of you are in the habit of watching. Notice the live views are much lower when broadcast is not on a Sunday. I am picking up a really nice vintage collection this weekend. Um, complete sets from 54, complete tops sets from 54 to 62, plus a 68 set, and then a ton of partial sets from the years that are missing, so partial sets for 63, 64, 65, 6 and 7, um, and then a ton of 70s near sets, and then some cool star cards throughout too. There's Jim Gilliam. So those will be, of course, in set breaks coming up throughout the rest of the year. Got a couple other cool breaks that we'll be doing this year as well. I am got 10 or so cards to finish up on a 53 set that I'd like for us to break this year. And then got a fun basketball mixer break we'll do at some point that should have, or well, it does have, it's all cards from Jerry Sloan's personal collection. So they were they were pretty crispy, so I got a lot of them. I got a good number of them graded. Um, it's got a, yeah, oh yeah, here's one of the, I think there are two cards with cracked slabs in here. Delic is one of them. Um, so the cracked slab cards will get like a break credit bonus. But the Jerry Sloan basketball mixer break will be fun. So won a big piece of his basketball personal collection from Golden. I guess it was last year. It was before all the grading companies shut down, because I sent in a bunch of the nice cards in on a bulk submission that sat there forever, which I've finally gotten back. But it does have a Bird Magic rookie. Oh, here's the Luis Aparicio rookie in this set, so PSA 6. But the Sloan collection's got, a few other, of course, 80 tops cards with Bird and Magic on them. There is a complete 81 tops basketball set. There's some 70, 71 tops basketball. So just some really cool, really fun cards, and it'll be cool to have a Hall of Fame coach's, personal collection card, regardless of whatever cards you hit in that mixer. Um, so that'll be a fun break that's coming up. I'm working on another pre-war mixer. I did at the National sold most of my higher end pre-war cards, at least the ones I'm willing to part with right now. So I am kind of working on finding the right key card to go with those. I might just expand it to go through 48 instead of just pre-war. And then I've still got a Leaf Jackie Robinson that I think will be the feature card in it if I do it that way. Here's Wilhelm, 307. Pafco's a 7.5. I think that's the highest SGC grade in the break. Stevens, 6, another 6. So as you can see, lots of 6s even up here in these high numbers, which admittedly aren't very tough in 56. All right, that's my last stack here. Adcock, you can see 5.5, 5. Rocky Bridges. So not a lot of star power to wrap up the set, but there's plenty throughout, and there are some 7s through here, which are always nice little additions. 5, 5, 5.5, 6. There's a Don Larson who's a 6. Walker, Miller's a 5. Hoke is a 7. Then we've got Kinder, Morgan, Delsing, Pless, and then wrapping it up with a 5, McDermott. So there you have it. That's what the condition is on all of these 56 tops. Of course, we'll wrap it up by showing that Mickey Mantle one more time. So again, if you've not bought in yet, or if you want to add on some spots now that you've seen them all, please do so. There's about 130 left, and we'll break this this Sunday. Uh, the, uh, that's the 21st of August, 2022. But that's all I got for now. This is Burl, signing off.